Hey there YouTube, BadFatPanda here, and I have some more Minecraft for you. This will be a slight change in my normal operating procedure. Instead of looking for some iron, I will go ahead and continue my search later. What I am doing right now though, one second, just render distance to short while I move around here because I have been playing in far for what I'm doing. So, first thing we need to do is make myself some sticks, and you'll see where this is going in a second. So basically, I'm going to make a ladder up to the top of my house, and from there I will continue to, oh, not actually continue, I guess more go to and begin construction of a project that I have assigned myself because I feel like I should be assigning myself a project for some reason. So, let's see how many ladder rungs I can get out of this. Alright, if everything is 8. That would make everything 10, and that would make everything an even number, which is nice. So, alright. I figured out that I sort of want to have some sort of connecting throughway, or, I don't know, some sort of, not exactly a tram, but it could actually eventually become a minecart. This is where I'm going with this. I want something connecting my Epic Tree House of Pimpdom with the other section where I would be mining. So it's sort of like a mining expansion that I would use, and I think that's something that would be sort of fun to do. So I plotted out my course, I backtracked, and I have a relatively straight line to where I think I can end this. And from it, this is how you make ladders, by the way. If you didn't already know, just make a big H and continue it. Alright, I don't know if I have enough for 10 more, but I can give it a try. Why not, right? 9, 9, 8. If it's 8, I will be happy because that will give me 18, which is enough for, actually, I think like half of that would be enough for this ladder, to be honest, but alright, yeah, there we go. 8 is more than enough. Gives me some extra. So just continue to pop that there. So I'm going to make a ladder to get up to my top because frankly, I want to begin this, but I don't necessarily want to destroy part of my house because I haven't thought that far ahead. I haven't quite conceived what exactly in my mind what I want to do with this. So I should have, there we go, some more glass. I cut all this part out of actually doing it because I didn't want you to have to sit through me making this much glass. Made possible by lava. So I'm actually going to get some more. Once I get more iron, I'm going to get more buckets. I'm going to use the last 2 furnaces that I have stowed away in my chest, and I'm going to get 5 furnaces going. And this is still burning. Still kind of cool. It was actually cool at night while I was doing it. But the first part of this, alright, so for those of you wondering, this is indeed, I don't know if I can make, I think I can make ladders on dirt. So this is a line going like of staggered. It's basically like the candy going to the witch's house. But what basically my use for it was to actually like allow me a straight position to where I wanted to be. I don't necessarily know a level upon. Oh, I guess I didn't need a ladder. I could just use that. Although getting back up and down would be easier having this. So what I want to do is how wide should we make it? I think if we have mine carts, 3 would be started at 2. That wouldn't really leave me much way for expansion if I ever wanted to, but I do believe that 2 would be okay for now. 2 wide. Although I could go 3 wide, except that would take a ton of. If you're considering what I'm thinking of doing, that would take an exorbitant amount of supply to actually complete. I'm going to start it with 2 and see where we go. I don't know how. Why? I'm just going to make it 3 just in case minecarts need 3 spaces for some strange reason. Alright, so make it 3 wide. I guess I would put it further toward this way as opposed to the other way. Alright, so. Now, you might be asking, well, what are you doing? Alright, so this is going to be the construction of my causeway from point A to point B. Now, if I shift, I can go about and do this. I don't know how much of this you guys necessarily want to see, but I will try and make it as entertaining for you as possible while I'm doing this. I don't know, do you guys enjoy when I'm building random shit? I got the feeling you did from when I was actually constructing this treehouse, and I figured iron is not something I necessarily need to expand. I would use glass too, and eventually I will use the gold bars the gold ore that I have to make gold bars and like place some sort of gold pattern in the middle of this because it needs to be pimper than just simply glass. But I figured that it was about time that I got to constructing something else, and this seems like a pretty fail. An unfortunate thing about glass is that you can't actually go back and get it again. So I don't know. I guess I could use this as a forum to talk about some recent gaming news that is not so recent, but more game releases type thing. And if you think like I'm making Panda, you're making it 5 across, not 3 across. Yes, well I'm going to put the I could always put those on the outside and no, never mind. I'm started with 5. I'm going to go with 5 because I do want to have a bottom. I don't just simply want to have glass does not obey gravity, so I could technically have 3 on the bottom and then align the sides by putting 1 glass here and then breaking it and then moving. That's getting in too much to it. But I do want to talk about some new content coming up on my channel eventually. Fallout is coming out Tuesday, and while I can't get it release day because I have way too much to do, I will certainly pick that up, and that will be fun. I really enjoyed Fallout 3. It was a game that I definitely spent a fair amount of time playing, and because it was a good game, it was solid. The gameplay mechanics were sound. The story of the mission, while it was still a vast RPG, it didn't feel like there was just way too much stuff to do that sometimes you get that from RPGs, and while a lot of people like in-depth games, they don't necessarily like in-depth games that are just completely thrown out there, and you can pick stuff from like this random list of things to do that don't necessarily pertain to the story. I think BioWare did quite a good job or Bethesda, sorry, Bethesda did quite a good job with creating that world. And I don't know, did any of you play Fallout 1 or 2? I believe that they were just PC-only games. I'd actually like to hear some stuff from there. But yeah, not Bioshock. Oh, the new Game Informer had an article on Bioshock Infinite, which looks like it could be quite good. I did not. Yeah, I know I'm going to get some shit for this, but I could not finish Bioshock because it was just too dark, and I was playing in a room that was not catered to playing games like that. I would get screen glare, and when you have screen glare on dark surfaces, you cannot see worth shit. So it was something I never finished, and I'd like to go back eventually and play it through, as well as 2, but that will probably be close to when Infinite will be released anyway. They'll probably do a package with it for people like me, and that would be fun. But certainly Fallout. How many of you guys are actually getting it? So see, this is my line to get all the way up here, and it's about if you see random penises while I'm actually doing this, they're not penises, they're arrows. So yeah, it's not just like me randomly displaying inappropriate messages all over this Minecraft world. And I didn't get a chance to check out the Minecraft cartographer on Google yet. I really haven't had much time to do so, but it is something I want to do sometime this weekend. And yeah, so another game that's actually coming out, we've finally gotten a solid release date for it, is Gran Turismo 5. And that was, when I think of the games that got me started and really into gaming hardcore, Final Fantasy VIII was really, and I know everybody will say that 7 is better. Final Fantasy VIII was really the game that sort of got me into RPGs in general, and then Gran Turismo 5 sort of got me into like sort of a hardcore gaming mode. But that was the first game that I really just spent a oodles amount of time with. I really like that. Gran Turismo 4 was epic, and while it was originally supposed to be the A-spec of a game that was eventually supposed to include both A-spec and B-spec, they never got around to it, and the B-spec version eventually. 7 or 8 years later. Actually, no, it's like 12 years later, isn't it? I remember getting that game when I was younger. I don't necessarily remember what age though. Maybe it was. I think it would have to be a 2000 release because of the graphics involved with it. But two more here. Then I have to get a bunch more of sand, and that should be fun. But this shift, crouch walking, not being able to fall off edges of buildings really sort of aids me in this whole process. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if you don't appreciate the fact that I'm just blathering while I'm like doing this. And this is the whole purpose of this. While looking cool, also I can easily transverse from my house and from my chest. Obviously I can eventually move chest to the other location as well. But I can make this junction without having to go down and get attacked by creepers and the like. Because this is well enough off ground that I don't necessarily have to worry about anything, that no monster can hit me. Because I am in the sky. So yeah, GT4 was awesome, and I'm definitely one looking out for the release date. Finally, that we get a conclusive release date for GT5. It's coming out in November, actually, right when Black Ops is. So yeah, it's gonna be a split on me, especially with finals soon after that, and it should be fun to see my time management when that comes out. Because right now, I really don't have. There's nothing that I feel the need to. There's just a lot of schoolwork, but Black Ops and Gran Turismo and Fallout, I really want to give those games a shot because they all should be quite awesome. But that was just my thoughts on that topic. Let's see, 11 minutes and 43 seconds. It is darkening now, except I don't have to worry because I'm better than all of you. I'm up here, right? And it was actually kind of funny. I do have a new mic which I actually could be using. The Snowball, which should be awesome. Amazon was having a deal on it that took quite a fair amount of the price down. So I jumped on that. It was only $69.95. And I can faintly hear the music here because I do have the sound turned up somewhat loud, but I could hear the game sound while I was watching a YouTube video. And that is why I'm playing on peaceful, even though I shifted. Unfortunately, I died there. While I was gathering the sand, I used night to do it, so that I could record during the daytime. It takes a fair amount of time to make all that sand, by the way. Or all that glass, by the way, if you were wondering. It was like 2 days game time to make this, and I have to go out and gather a shit ton more, so that should be entertaining. But I won't make you sit through and watch me gathering sand. I don't know if this is any better, though. Maybe not. Maybe you're just sitting there, you've already turned it off, and nobody's listening to me anymore, but hey. Alright. I do have a fair collection of mushrooms now. I wish you could farm mushrooms, or just anything in general. That'd be kind of cool, in my opinion. So I do eventually want to go back. Oh, so yeah, I need to get back up there at some point too. I actually may cut here, because I don't want to necessarily continue on constructing this using viewing time if you don't want to watch it. So leave me a note, did you mind, or did you already turn it off, or I guess this is too far in the video for people who already turned it off to make a decision. But regardless, let me know what you think. As for that, I'm pretty much peace out, and I will see you guys later, because I have nothing else to talk about. Have a good day and good Friday, as it is tomorrow. So peace out, see ya.